everyone. Welcome to another webisode of Wellness, where we bring you expert health advice. Today, I'm in the company of Dr. David Koivuranta, and he's a chiropractor, and we're going to be talking about body pain, but with a caveat. And that caveat is, how do we wake up in the morning when our body is so stiff? Welcome to the program, Doctor.
Hey, Chris. How are you today?
Great to have you on the show. So what happens to our body when we sleep, and then in the morning when we wake up and we feel the aches and pains?
Yeah, sure. There can be different reasons. Some of it, as we discussed even before we hopped on, is, with time, our body just reminds us we've been around for a while and we've done some things. A lot of people associate that stiffness in the morning from their mattress or their pillow, and it's always good to have a good mattress and pillow, but actually more often that sign we're feeling in the morning is from the activity we did the day before. And it doesn't have to be an accident or injury or a macro trauma, but it's all this micro trauma we succumb to. Even from the effects of gravity, we build up some low-grade inflammation or strain on our body. And during the day while we're moving and we're warm, we don't really notice that. But at night while we're resting, some of that can build up, especially in our joints and our other tissues. And when we wake up in the morning, it's a reminder of that cycle every day.
That's a great point. I didn't think about it that way. So my question to you is there an ideal way of sleeping?
Well, there's a good way not to sleep based on the research and literature, and they recommend staying away from stomach sleeping. So stomach sleeping is hard on the spine, it's hard on the lower back, but it's also hard on the neck, because usually the only way you can breathe when you're face down is by giving that neck a good twist, and any long period of time in that position can cause some problems. Definitely side sleeping and back sleeping. There's a lot of debate in the research and literature for which one is better, but I think both are fine. As long as a person gets a restful sleep, then any position they're in is good. There are some things you can do on your side. You can put a pillow between your knees to take some strain off your low back, and same with on your back. You want to have one under your knees just to give a little bit of support to take pressure off your lower back. But a good pillow and a good mattress goes a long way to that sleep.
Is there an ideal pillow? Is there an ideal mattress? Some say you should have a hard or stiff pillow. Some say you should have a soft pillow. What is that comfort pillow that we can put between our knees or under our neck?
Yeah, it's a little bit of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, because obviously everybody is different size, different shape, has a different preference. And it's a little bit of trial and error. You want to see how you are, if you're rested or not in the morning, based on what you've chosen to sleep on or with. But certainly the goal is to try and give everything good support so it doesn't end up in a wrong or bad position. So generally they recommend a medium firm mattress. Definitely want to stay away from the soft end. Don't want to be too hard either. You just want to be able to support the natural curves in the spine. Same with the pillow. You want to make sure, if you're more of a back sleeper, the shape of the pillow, you just want to make sure it supports the curve of the neck when you're lying on it, doesn't push your head forward. And then a pillow on your side might be a little bit of a different height or nature, so that it also just makes sure your spine is kept straight and your head's not tilted too far one way or the other. So again, there is a little trial and error. It is good to talk to someone. Sometimes in the sleep stores, they're qualified and they'll try to match you, but certainly a qualified healthcare provider, chiropractor, massage therapist, lots of people could definitely help. And it's good. We spend a lot of time sleeping, so it's worth seeking out the advice and making sure what we're doing and how we're doing it is a good fit for us.
Completely agree with you on that one. And then when we wake up in the morning, some people jolt out of bed, and what is the ideal routine of getting out of bed that would not harm our skeletal structure?
There's nothing like slamming that snooze button a few times in the morning and then realizing, oh no, I'm late, I gotta go. Certainly, depending on what part of the world you're in, if you've ever experienced winter, you know that your vehicle sometimes needs a little bit of time to warm up. And not the new vehicles so much, but back in the day, they always told you to run it a while because it was hard on the engine to go when it was cold. That's kind of how we are in the mornings. So as time goes by, even more so, our kids, they can probably deal with jumping out of bed, but maybe some of us, as time goes by, it's not quite so easy. So it is good. There's some simple stretches someone could do in bed. And I think these days, if you Google any of this stuff, you're going to find it. Someone out there is letting you know what you should do before you get out of bed in terms of a gentle stretch and wake things up. But a cool thing to know is a lot of people, when they get out of bed, they do a crunch or some kind of sit up. They're immediately engaging their core and their abdominals. And because we've been resting all night, it's almost like a computer system or all your hardware and software. It has to all come online before you can start using it. It's nice if we could just turn on the computer and go, but sometimes all these things need to start up and run a bit before we can use it. And we're kind of the same way. So it's really good to make sure we don't use that core. We kind of shuffle onto our side. We push ourselves up with our hands, and then we get up on the edge of the bed slowly, and we just sit there for a moment. Still no need to hurry and go anywhere. You just kind of want to set yourself, take a couple of breaths, let everything come online, and then you slowly stand up and go. That protocol, it takes 10, 15 seconds longer than normal to get out of bed, but it's a healthy way to do it for sure.
If anybody wants to reach you, how can they get in touch with you?
We have a great website here in Toronto for our clinic. It's torontoneckandbackpain.com. Not surprising for a chiropractor probably. So we're probably best reached on there, but we're also all over social media. You'll find us Facebook, Instagram, again, Toronto Neck and Back Pain. And yeah, we're out there.
Well, thank you for your time and thank you for the information. For all of you who are watching this, I hope it was informative. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our newsletter on wellness.com, where we bring you expert health advice. See you next time.